Yes, hi everyone. This is your host, or your boy Emma Msinguzi. I'll be running the tech. It's an exclusive podcast, and I'll be streaming this podcast live. If you haven't really subscribed, please subscribe, and you can click the bell for notifications. I'll be discussing Ralf RANGNICK, the Manchester United coach, and there was a story that came out, I think yesterday. Uh, in the Mirror. Yeah, it was an exclusive story. They were talking about Ralf RANGNICK facing fresh Manchester United dressing room revolt after Jesse Lingard draw. I mean, this is an interesting story. Where have I picked this story? This is another textbook way of throwing the coach under the bus. This is a score that is worth 1.2 billion. And you cannot lose against Middlesbrough. You cannot lose against Middlesbrough. I mean, you cannot blame now tactics. This is Middlesbrough. This is the championship team. You have a squad worth 1.2 billion, with one of the highest wage bills. What's happening here? I feel these players, and they're trying to protect their wages. They're trying to protect, their earnings. They are not good enough. I mean, you have a failed experiment of a defender, Harry Maguire, one Bissaka, one-sided tackler kind of defender. I have even read Tariq Lamptey ahead of him. Luke Shaw, what a joke of a left back that we have as Manchester United left back. So these players will always try to throw the coaches under the bus, and it happened with Jose Mourinho, Luis Van Gaal, and it's now becoming a trend. We have all these media pundits. Gary Neville, in some sports show, he was trying to mention that in the foreseeable future, they are looking at Mauricio Pochettino as the next Manchester United coach. Trust me, though, even if you bring Pochettino in Manchester right now, the squad, the problems with the squad is okay. I think the problem is starting from the top to the squad. A soft-skinned squad that cannot take criticism. If the results fail, they always try to pull up issues with the manager. Ralf RANGNICK is one. I think, to me, after Jose Mourinho, is one of the coaches that has really tried to change the kind of style of Manchester United. But these players are not good enough. Let's accept it. They're not good enough. It's high time a coach. You have to empower the coach, Ralf RANGNICK, to come and shuffle the squad, sell out some players. You have players who are there. On a high wage bill, but they're not producing season after season. You have washed out players, at their, late 30s. Ronaldo's coming in, banging in goals. Zlatan coming in, banging in goal. Varane coming in and looks better than the 90 million Maguire. There's a lot in that squad that it needs reshuffling. Without that, these players will always have these issues coming out that the coach has. There's like what was reported in the Mirror here. What was reported in the Mirror that there's a revolt between Jesse Lingard and Ralf RANGNICK. Jesse Lingard in the first place, he has not been having playing time. Again, he's not even one of the consistent players at Manchester United. Though for me, I feel he should have started more often than players like Rashford. Yeah, but the media will always pick this out because they have interest to protect some of the players in there. And the coach, for once, please save us these blushes. Ralf RANGNICK, to me, you cannot lose against Middlesbrough, and you start bringing out news like this. Is one of the biggest news. The team is not good enough. It's not good enough. Let me talk about Jose Mourinho. This was in 2019. This is what he said: when you are almost alone in that, you don't have the support of the club. This is when the club refused to back him up. The club refused to back him up, but it managed to back Solskjaer with hundreds of millions, bringing in transfers. Solskjaer, who to me also was also mediocre, was an average coach. Compared to what we had in the market there. Just they have this romance with these former players to become coaches. The same that happens to, I think, Lampard. We wait to see. So this is what Jose Mourinho said. It said